you thought the Terminator was the only robot to worry about, then I'm sorry, but I've got news for you, because the robots in this one, they shoot lasers, all right? Don't see the Terminator doing that, do you? No, I don't really go shopping these days. What about you? You know, when was the last time you went to the shop? Yeah, right, okay, so... Oh, you go quite frequently. Oh, fair enough. All right, I didn't know that. And what are you shopping for? Oh, you're in Victoria's Secret, are you? You're buying knickers for your mum. What the fuck, bro? What's wrong with you? Why would you do that? You just want to get her a man and you want her to look good. Okay. Oh, and she wears them for you. All right, you know what? I'm done with that. I'm done with this conversation. Oh, hello there. Whoa, it's your boy, Ray Fandango. Hello all, and welcome to Ray Fandango Talks Movies with me, Ray Fandango. And if you love movies, well, you've come to the right place, because I bloody love them too. And I'll watch any of them, all right? I'll watch your old ones. I'll watch your new ones. I'll watch your horrors. I'll watch your fantasies. Yeah, you name it, I'll give it a watch. I usually steer clear of rom-coms, but I've been known to frequent one or two now and again. I have no shame. I'm okay with that. This week's movie has been, on my radar for a little bit, and I thought the premise sounds pretty interesting. I'll give it a little watch, and well, I don't know. It's probably I can understand why it's sort of been left behind, but we'll delve into that. Okay, so sit back, relax, kick your feet up. I'll put the kettle on, and let's deep dive into another lovely little movie. So let's stop dilly-dallying. Let's get down to business. All right, folks. Well, thank you again for joining us. And this week we're going to be looking at a horror film called Chopping Mall from 1986. It's a movie where a bunch of randy teens get caught in a shopping mall where these 3 security bots basically go haywire and want to kill them. Imagine Paul Blart Mall Cop, but with more deaths and more boobs. Let's give you the stats. So the director is a man named Jim Wynorski, I believe, and he has actually directed a load of B-movie, like cheap horror films, and a few sort of soft-core porn movies, as far as I can tell. I mean, this film, you can tell he really did like, yeah, we got to get them titties out, man. Yeah, they're going to love it. They're going to love them titties. The runtime is 1 hour and 16 minutes, which is relatively short, for a film like this, but if I'm honest, it really needed to be. Towards the end, I really was just like, how much more can we see of people just running through the mall with guns? The tomato meter is at 58%, so like I say, over 50%, it's not too bad. Critics are, they must like a few things about it. Popcorn meter is at 39%, so yeah, the audience probably disagree a little bit there. I think there's a few cult classic fans I know that love it, but yeah, I tell you what, I won't be joining them. And Letterboxd is a 2.9, which isn't too bad, really. It starts off with a sick ad about these robots, and you've got a thief, stealing some necklaces and stuff, and then he's running away, and then these robots come along and taser him and, put him down. And then it cuts to the owner of the mall, I guess, sort of saying, oh, this is going to be the future, the guys. You see this? These are the guys who are going to protect you no matter what, right? So, I mean, it's safe to say that this is the first night these robots have been active, and boy, does it go wrong. Really cool opening shot where it's going through the mall, and you've seen all these interactions with all these people. You've got a dad kicking a kid off a game and then getting on the game, and then you've got a kid like skateboarding everywhere. Then you've got a bunch of I guess sort of models or Miss Americas walking through, and and then you've got kids trying to steal a record, and it's just clearly out of his shirt. So we've got these 3 robots, and what makes them go haywire? Well, it seems thunder and lightning hits the electricity, and that sort of makes them go a bit crazy. I think that's really it. Then they decide that they're just going to go on a killing spree and basically kill everyone. A cameo from the guy from Gremlins, and he's a janitor. He's cleaning up some water, and the robots throw their electric rods into the water and zap him, kill him instantly, which was sad to see, because he's a cool guy. I do like that guy, but yeah. he had to go. I guess it's probably too expensive for this movie. About the robots, I'll tell you what they can do. So they've got tracks, they've got tire tracks, so they're quite sort of, they can get to some speed, but they're quite bulky and a bit like, you know what I mean? Like like I said, they're not the T-800s, they're not Terminators, but they can do some damage. They got lasers that come out of their eyes. They can shoot electric bullets. I think they can blow doors off. They've got like C4 things. They also can self-regulate. So if they get tipped over, they can tip themselves back up. And if you're a fan of Robot Wars like myself, then you know that that is a very handy skill to have. So we've got a bunch of randy teens that all meet up at this store, and there's a bunch of them that all want to get together with each other, but there's two sort of geeky kids that's need to be sort of pushed together, and they lock eyes with each other and they just sort of stare at each other for a little bit. And it's very awkward and weird, and they make a little joke about it. They're friends, but you just think, surely you just say something. Say something now. Now would be great. Maybe now. Nothing. No. Okay. No worries. Yeah. Do you do? You do. The first kill that we see from one of the kids, this guy goes out of the shop and he goes to find some cigarettes, and he ends up getting his throat slit. And his missus goes looking for him, and then she eventually finds him, and these robots start shooting at him like lasers, full-on lasers. She manages to dodge him until she doesn't, and then her head gets blown up. And that was really cool to see. The practical effects were pretty decent on that one. And then that's it. Then the robots are after them, okay? Then these guys know they got to survive until 6 o'clock in the morning because all the doors have been locked shut. So what you do, right? Okay, these robots, they can go anywhere. They can hunt you down. But maybe just try and find a corner somewhere and chill out. I don't know. And there's a few unnecessary deaths in this, I really must say. So the first one is this girl gets shot in her leg. I get that, right? That must hurt, suck. But then she just sort of lays there on the floor while she's looking at her friends going, help me. Help me, help me. And I think she could have maybe got up, maybe shuffled away, or, maybe tried to hop or something, but she's just sort of laying there. I mean, she's got 3 other limbs that could do something, but then she's holding a gas canister that she was going to use on the robot. Robot shoots that, sets her on fire. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. Not very nice way to go, but felt very avoidable. I mean, they keep shooting at these robots with these guns when they know it's not going to do anything. I mean, every time they've shot at them, nothing happens. They just keep walking and running and go bang, 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 and bang, bang, bang. And then whenever they see one, they start shooting. It's like, you're wasting your bullets, bro. How have you not realized it's not going to do anything? But I don't know, maybe in that situation, it'll help you feel a little bit better about being attacked by a robot. Another unnecessary death is running away from the robot. I guess they all kind of get split up, and one of the girlfriends is sort of just stands there, just stands right in the middle of the place. And she gets blasted by a laser, of course, because she's just standing in the middle of the way. And then her boyfriend jumps on like a car and rams himself into the robot, and the robot just electrocutes him. I mean, it does eventually blow up the robot, so I guess, the sacrifice didn't go in vain, but it felt like it was unnecessary. I mean, he could have just like driven it, then hopped off maybe. I don't know. Stupid bit when they're looking for the control room again. There's just 2 of them left now. There's the 2 geeky couple, and the girl, she's in a supply closet, and she's sort of like creeping around, and you're like, the robot ain't going to be hiding in there. Like, they're quite chunky and quite bulky. Or she turns around and the robot's there. I don't know how that's happened. I don't know how the robot snuck into the room. And then in the end, the nerdy girl, she runs into a paint shop and she throws a lot of paints and a lot of paint thinner and a lot of paints and a lot of paint thinner for about 10 minutes, it seems. Then she manages to lure the robot in, and the robot kind of gets stuck, I guess, in the paint, and she's just like, yeah, have a nice day, and throws this flare in. Jesus Christ, the explosion. I mean, it makes me scared to ever handle paint again. I'm going to be a little bit wary, I think, next time I'm down B&Q's paint aisle, because that thing goes off. And finally, they've killed the robots. And the nerdy guy managed to survive too. So they have a little hug and they embrace, and that's the end of our flick. Now, was it good? I don't know. It was interesting, I guess. It's an interesting premise. I just think the robots were just a bit boring. I mean, I think if you saw them coming, they didn't really, they could go fast, but not as fast as you. And I think if you just went up high, or if you went under its radar, it couldn't really shoot down or up. It could just only shoot where it could see. So I don't know. I just don't think they were very scary. I think what would have been really cool is if there was different robots for different things. Maybe that might have been quite interesting. Or I don't know. Maybe if they remade it today, it would be a bit interesting, with a bit of arm and leg action and maybe being able to sprint and run. But then I guess we're just treading on Terminator territory, aren't we, really? So who knows? But I don't think I'm going to be joining the cult classics, that's for sure. But yeah, good on him. Well played. Nice boobs. Well, guys, I think that's it. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you've watched the film, if you enjoyed it, if you think it's one of the cult classics that it should be. Were you scared of the robots? Do you think the deaths were unnecessary? Do you think the boobs were unnecessary? Please let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. So please comment, like, share, do all that jazz, or I may just throw some paint on you and set you on fire. As always, I want to leave you with a little bit of Ray Fandango's food for thought. What do you think came first? Orange the fruit or orange the colour? I don't know, because I assume oranges have been around for a very long time, but surely so is the colour, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, were we mixing colours like that? I mean, I'm pretty sure the cavemen, they would have made like a colour of orange and they would have said, oh, that's orange. And then maybe they stumbled upon the fruit and were like, oh, this, what colour this is? This is the orange colour we mentioned. Or maybe they had this fruit and they called it orange. And then one day they mixed a bunch of paint together and went, oh, that looks like the fruit. We'll call it orange. I don't know. But it's interesting that that's the only one, isn't it? We don't call bananas yellows. I think pretty much yellow. It goes a bit green and then yellow, but when it's ripe, it's yellow. Maybe I might start calling it yellows. Who knows? But yeah, let me know what you think. Which one first? Fruit, colour. Fruit, colour. Fruit, colour. Anywho, thank you all for coming again. I'm going to get off now, so I think you should too. Go on, shoo. Be careful if you are in a shopping mall and they've got robot guards. Don't try and sleep with someone in a shopping mall when there's robot guards. That's all I can tell you. And remember, stay weird. Yeah, it is creepy, mate. You shouldn't be looking at your mum like that. Yeah, okay, you don't find her attractive, but that's not the point, is it? It really isn't, okay? Let her do that herself. You're getting her hooked up with guys as well, are you? Nice. Oh, that's good of you. I guess that's progressive, isn't it? Guys like your uncle. Presuming that's your mum's brother, is it? Yeah. I think if they were going to get together, mate, they would have done it by now.